Alrighty. So we are resuming a trading, if that's a word. And words failing me. Right. So, Krios, is there anything in particular that you will try to pull off, or are you just waiting for potential opportunities?
I'm going to see what the next hallway provides me.
Okay. So advance, go through another checkpoint door, essentially. And once again, this hallway is much like the one you were just in. It's narrow, more narrow rather, but it's got the occasional tech priest or more than the occasional servitor wandering up and down, either carrying something or plugging away at a data slate or just going to their destination. No one seems to be interacting with you, or they basically just step aside for the Skitarii and the Solaris and then proceed on their way once you've moved past them.
All right, well, I'm going to try and do something which may result in last buns. I'm going to try and convince this chap there's a problem with his weapon.
Okay, and is there a particular physical location you want to be in before you attempt that?
Just telling where I am now is fine. I'm going to turn to him and say, I'm making up technobabble here, so forgive me if this was off pretty badly.
But yeah, so I just want to make sure your physical position, as you're rounding the corner, or...
Well, it's where we are in the middle of the corner, because it's where once I've had time to look around and go, there's nothing I can use here. All right, fine.
Okay, so yeah, you guys would be pretty much already on your way a bit. Yeah, I know my cell phone is quite loud, but Bob's just saying that he's banged up, but all right. So, alrighty.
Yeah.
You're trying to convince the boss, the Skitarii, or the servitor that their weapon is malfunctioning.
Now, it would be much easier, but all the weapons are basically... there's no one is carrying a weapon. It's all basically internally linked, isn't it?
Oh, no. The Skitarii and the Solaris are both carrying their main weapon.
Oh, okay. I'm going to turn to the regular Skitarii then and say, it appears your weapon is operating at only 20% efficiency. I suggest immediate maintenance or you may damage the machine spirit.
Okay, so give us your logical lie.
Come on. Give me that 6.
Sorry, rational liar is rather the name.
I'll take a 23.
Okay. I'm not sure why you wanted a 6 in particular, but...
My thing tonight is guessing what number I'm going to get.
Okay. So, Solarius, or is it Solaris? Solarius. Scrutiny, and he already considers you to be dangerous, so he gets a bonus. Ooh.
Fuck.
And little minion, and it's a double. I can't mute this thing very easily, by the way, so you're probably going to hear lots of beeping. Scrutiny. All right, so basically the Skitarii will binary chatter with the Solaris as you're walking, stating that he believes his weapon to be at peak efficiency and that you are attempting to deceive him. The Solaris will confirm that this appears to be the case. However, the Skitarii is being asked to holster his las weapon and utilize his backup weapon just in case it was accurate and honest response from Krios. Their priority, however, is still to escort him and to fire upon him if he attempts to take any threatening actions against them. So at least they think you're being polite.
Fuck. Good. All right. How does pre-fate rolling work again?
It's generally not as beneficial as post roll fading, unless in your case, because you have master engine seer. If you pre-use a fate point for that, you guarantee a natural 1 on your roll. You don't have to roll, in fact. You get the absolute best roll possible by pre-spending fate. But that's only for a tech use roll.
Alright, well then... Fuck. Chris will then turn to Mr. Evil Big Bad, Celarius, and say, it appears all las weapons within this facility are running at such peak inefficiency. Can't you see? I'm going to try and roll really, 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 really well. Or a 92, that's valid.
All right, so if Bossman gets a critical failure here, you're going to luck out. But let's not hold our breath.
Hey, Gorka, what else we call you?
Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, and let's see if little minion man is going to waste time by talking about it. Nah, not even.
Fuck these guys!
The Solaris will speak plainly through his vox, stating that the prisoner will stop attempting to interfere with his execution, or it will be considered a violent act of transgression against the Mechanicus.
Stop
That's
doing
quite
what
a
you're doing,
policy.
or the Mechanicus will think you're bad. Mate, the Mechanicus think I'm the devil. Not much of a threat.
Well, rather he's saying that if you keep this up, I'm going to shoot you right fucking now, rather than bring you all the way to the infernum.
Chris will hold his hands up and just say, the facility is under attack. I merely want to make sure you are prepared when the shit goes down.
All right, that was honesty. So let's just see. Give me a roll in regard to that as well.
Well, it's honesty, so I'm really not expecting much.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the best policy.
You're fine.
Okay. So
if at any moment it looks like he's going to check his weapon, I'm going to attack him.
Well, that's just it. Optical Mechadendrite begins scanning the weapon while he, basically keeps his physical eyes on you.
Oh, God. I'm going to do a really, really quick awareness check to see if it looks like Henry's loaded.
You already know Henry is not loaded. When they were demonstrating Henry earlier, the batteries were not present.
And I don't currently own... I don't own the cable to plug it directly into me, do I?
That actually you could whip up if you could get your utility Mechadendrite working.
Then fuck it, yeah. I'm going to try and really, really quickly and speedily lunge and take the guy's weapon away from him.
Which one? And is there any particular moment, like physical positioning, you want when this goes down?
Unfortunately, there isn't much I can... Well, I'd like to be behind him. In fact, yeah, can I try and grapple him so that I'm placing him between myself and the other Crimson Guard?
Sorry, is it the Skitari you're going to attempt to grab the weapon from, or the Solarius?
Solarius.
Okay, do recall that you don't fully recognize the weapon he has, so you don't have proficiency in operating that weapon, and therefore any attacks you make with it would be at a penalty.
That's cool. He's the bigger threat. I'd rather the other guy shooting at me than him.
Okay, and so you're going to wait to what? You're rounding the next corner before doing this, or just in the middle of the hall?
Fuck it, right here, right now.
Okay, so I'm going to say you guys got, basically to the middle of the hallway before that took place. Also, hello, wife. Welcome home. She says hello. So, all right. This is going to be initiative based, so they are watching you, so you don't get a surprise roll here, unless you want to try and make it a distraction.
Yeah, I'm hopefully making a case that I have been cooperative this entire process. I know they're not human guards, not going to let their guard down, but maybe that counts for something. And I can't imagine these are actual prison wardens.
So actually, you know what? Let's say give us a machine cult roll. You only have this basic, by the way, because you're like, fucking machine cult. I'd rather learn about tech, where you actually have a specialization. But yeah, go ahead, give us a roll for your basic machine cult knowledge, and if you succeed on this, I'll give you an advantage to causing a distraction to give yourself a surprise round.
Nope. I quoted exactly what you said in caps. It didn't work for me.
Yeah. So it's like Krios is like, shit, think. What's the prayer that they say to get them to like basically fall to their knees and pray? Shit, I can't remember that crap. Yeah.
I would never use it. Why would I remember that?
Exactly. Yeah. So he eventually just going to have to try and do his distraction his own way. What way do you want to try and distract them?
Drop your pants.
I will point to the corridor ahead of us and just go, shit, they're here.
Okay, classic deception. So yeah,
Yep.
Rational Liar is not going to work here, but you'll get a DC of 38 for this. It's kind of backfiring on you, kind of literally. So let's roll initiatives.
I'm going to roll really well on initiative. I have amazing initiative. Which means what, like, I get D10 plus 4?
Yes.
Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Come on, show me that 14. 12 is good. I like 12. 12 is a solid number. I don't care if they get like 29. I rolled well.
Well, 13 would have been better.
You shut up. Fucking skate mother.
Also, 14 would have been much better.
And, yeah.
See? Pin knows how it goes.
Oh, you can all fuck off.
Yeah, the thing is here, Fungi, you're not going to like me.
I'm going to get shot the fuck up, I know.
Well, it's not only that, but the Solaris has a talent called Combat Formation. Combat Formation allows him to use his intelligence bonus to add to his entire team's initiative.
Yeah, go for it. Cool. I'm really happy about this.
Sarcasm is not a good thing.
Is the 12 still
thing.
feeling hot?
I'll kill you.
Did you drop it?
I doubt it.
What?
Drop it like it's hot.
I'll kill you all.
I doubt it.
And
I know where you live.
Krios,
No, you don't. You know the country I live in.
Finland. Yeah, which is where you live. I know where you live.
It will take you a couple of weeks to find me.
Am I wrong? Just like 3 nukes will do it.
Holy shit, I never knew I could do that before. I can set initiative onto line 2. That helps so fucking much. But yeah. Poor Krios.
Krios going to get last grilled.
Guess Krios got burned by that deal.
So the
grilled to the
Solaris will basically reposition himself behind Krios and state no more warnings. You have blah blah blah, like basically just citing the logical error of Krios's activities simultaneously while firing. And because it's binary chatter, they can say quite a lot in 5 seconds.
Yep.
All right, now I just have to double check, as I think this weapon doesn't actually require a roll from the person shooting, but it requires a roll from the person being shot. So let me just confirm here. Suffer an agonizing death as their tissue is blown apart at a cellular level, boils alive from within, even metals may combust. Okay, well, there's at least one good thing out of this weapon, Fungi, is it can't be reloaded during combat.
And how many shots does it have in the one magazine?
I'm not telling you.
It's like 10, isn't it?
Up.
Yeah, fuck you.
But he does have to make the roll because it doesn't have the flame quality, it has the toxic quality. So his roll to hit you and not hit the Skitari who's near you. Okay. And you may attempt to dodge, which I think you get 15 is your DC.
Just parry the microwaves.
All right, so this has all the penetration ever.
Jokes on
Use
him,
all
I
the
barely have armor.
sunscreen.
And okay, now here's the thing. It's
It
basically
ignores toughness.
Sorry?
It ignores toughness.
No, it doesn't ignore toughness. It makes you make a toughness roll because it's basically filling you with radiation. And Krios is filled with radiation. And ergo, 3 men and a fungi is radioactive. That's basically half your wounds as you kind of feel your internal organs on fire.
I just took half my wounds.
Oh, there goes his spleen.
Combat Servitor is dropping Henry on the ground and entering a kind of deployed stature, like basically pneumatic leg. Why can't I think of words tonight? Just imagine a weapon platform being deployed before it can fire.
Are you still there?
Yeah, kind of, yeah, like a turret. Krios, it is your turn.
Well, I'm still going to try and do what my plan is. I'm going to try and lunge and grapple this Hilarious.
Okay. Okay, so your weapon skill, well, you're in melee with your target now, which means he can't use the weapon on you unless he gets out of melee. And the minion is going to take this opportunity to aim. Now, carbines can be used in melee. Is that correct, Jess? Carbines are treated like a pistol?
I think that might be not compact.
Compact is another one, yes, but carbine rule.
I think the las carbine might, but I think that was specific to the weapon, not to the being a carbine itself.
No, well, there is a penalty, but it can be fired in a melee.
So I will be right back.
His rad cleanser is not the compact, the carbine weapon. It's the mechadendrite las dealy up on his shoulder. So while he's taking a defensive action, his shoulder-mounted weapon is pew-pewing at you. Do you want to attempt to dodge?
I can't. I've already dodged this round.
Sorry, what?
I can't. I've already dodged once this round.
No, you haven't. You had your turn. This is round 2.
Yeah, I go ahead of the other Skitari. The other two, the Servitor and the Solaris, go in front of me. Then it's me. Then it's the Skitari.
Right. So the Skitari used his whole action to aim. We're now back to the Solaris.
Oh, sorry.
And even then, you'd still be allowed to try to dodge the other guy. But no such luck for Krios, it seems. All right. And where is that? Pew, pew, 1d10 plus 2? Yeah, 2. Oh, well, okay, I typed it in wrong, but yeah, your toughness will absorb that. So what parts of you are metal on the outside, Krios?
It's more like a sort of exoskeleton. So there's no bit that's obviously metal. It's like, did you ever see Edge of Tomorrow?
I don't think I did. I was thinking like the guy from Elysium.
Yeah, basically that.
Okay.
It's kind of the same thing.
All right.
Just maybe a bit bulkier because it's 40k.
All right. Well, the combat servitor, in a very robotic voice, will politely ask Krios to step away from the Solaris before it opens fire upon him.
You're going quite robot.
That's appropriate, because I was saying the combat servitor will politely ask Krios to step away from the Solaris before it opens fire upon him.
I will try and do one more grapple check to get him in between me and the others.
Okay, attempting to grapple.
Can I spawn a god? If you roll a 3.
I don't know if there's an appropriate god for the number 3. Well, Nurgle, I guess. So. Ticks,
I'm going to say Torg.
Torg is... No, that's explosions. You don't want explosions right now. But yeah, I guess doing some weapon skill training in the future might be good for Krios.
Maybe not being left in an entirely mechanic and fucking facility and expected to escape would also be quite nice.
Well, this is your epic Ascension mini adventure, so.
Don't you wish now you had the Space Marine version of the servo arm?
It would still be disengaged, so no.
Okay. By the way, by the end of your turn, you hear howling echoing from this hallway over here.
Oh, fuck. Well, do I position myself, like, can I grapple him and move?
I'm pretty sure grapple action was a full action. Let me double check that.
All right, sure.
And it might actually be a half action, so you might actually get a chance. But I'm just going to reconfirm with the rules. Grapple, 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 grapple. The attack, dealing damage, weapon jams, pinning, missing, grappling. No, that's not what I need. I need this page. Now it's a full action. Oh yeah, that's the grapple action. So where is the attempt to grapple? Instead of dealing damage, okay. So unarmed combat is a half action, is it not? So the attempt to grapple is actually only a half action. It's once you're grappled, it consumes full. So with that in mind, you have a half action.
So I could move to there, say.
You only get a 2-meter movement.
So to there.
Well, you could move 2 meters. The other thing to bear in mind, though, is you are moving through quote-unquote threatened squares.
So if I'm grappling the guy and I'm moving while I'm grappled him, he gets 3 strikes against me.
Well, you know what? Actually, in this case, he doesn't, because he used his reaction to use his little shoulder-mounted gun. And, Bob is apparently sending me pictures of the collision.
Cool.
Can't see a damn thing because it's too dark. But, so you know what? You're fine to move because he's already used his reaction.
All right.
For fuck's sakes. Okay, just give me a minute to try and figure out how to mute this fucking thing. I think that'll do the trick. But yes, so that was Krios's turn. The howling is getting closer. We already said that, though. So, Crimson Guard, Skitarii, binary chattering with the Solaris in some kind of encrypted form of speech. Do you want to try and decipher it passively or actively?
What would my DC be if it was passively?
Passively, you would have a DC of... You don't have any of the cryptological skills yet. Although, you have all scholastic lores.
Yes.
So, your DC then would be 43 to try and get the basic gist of it with a passive analysis.
And if I were to do active, that would cost me a turn and be in combat?
Yes, but you wouldn't have the -20 penalty.
Well, I get this one for free, don't I?
You get this for free, yes.
I might as well do that now.
Okay. So close. So very, very close.
I think I get one of those every session.
But you're unable to fully determine, but you figure it's probably related to the fact that there's either the howling coming from the hallway or the Skitarii doesn't want to shoot his boss to hit you. And considering the Skitarii basically starts to reposition himself, potentially the latter, logically speaking. And the Crimson Guard Solaris replies in that kind of encrypted message. And please roll 1d100 with a DC of 15. Okay. Now you kind of got your wish, kinda. It's been so long. I'm sorry that my GM-ness is kind of old. But the two characters are grappling. The following effects apply. Participants in the grapple may not dodge or parry. Other attackers gain +20 for weapon skills made to hit the grappling target. Grappled characters may only take grapple actions. As a free action, if you are in charge of the grapple, you may end the grapple. But state, grapple, physical state, or combat state, grapple. There we go. Grapple my grape nuts. Combat Servitor says you have 5 seconds to comply. Krios, you are grappled.
I guess try and counter grapple.
Okay, that's opposed strength tests. Not quite as strong as you'd hoped.
Not quite as competent as I'd hoped.
The howling is now basically right around the corner. And a charge. And with all the wonderful bonuses this Skitari is receiving, that will be a success. And Jess, do you remember off the top of your head what the stats for Chainsword was? I'm going to guess no. Nope. Okay. I thought you could VoIP with us tonight, Jess.
I can, but I didn't want to distract anyone.
No. Okay. Oh, there's no space in Chainsword. I should fix that then. Chainsword, all one word. And with his... Oh, right, it's tearing. So I'll roll 2 of those. With his strength, make it that. And... Well...
Working at 20% inefficiency.
Apparently you were correct. It's not a las weapon, but that's exactly.
And somehow I'm still the bad guy.
So yeah, basically his chain sword attachment kind of sputters and the blades don't quite turn. So basically he's just smacking you with an chainsaw that isn't actually revving. This seems to displease the Solarius, who indicates to the Skitari to improve his efforts. Well, oops, helps if I put a 1. There we go. Solarius, unarmed, quote unquote. Okay, and then his attempt to damage. And this time, I'll put the additive within where it's supposed to be. But right, he is not... What's the word I'm looking for? He's not faded, so he doesn't get that. Okay, and the good news is you're not taking any points of fatigue. He's basically just kind of kneeing you in the groin, dramatically.
And I'm still the bad guy.
Combat Servitor is, well, you know what?
You did say 5 seconds to comply.
He did. He is undeploying and moving into melee as well. Hello, Krios. You are now encapsulated on all sides. And the
We're all going to die. Don't I have that, like, blinding flash thing I can do? I forget what it's called. It's not Luminant Charge.
You don't have a blinding flash ability. You do have the Rite of Awe, where basically you screech on an infrasonic wavelength. Well, Jess, maybe the Combat Servitor is a female, or was a female before being turned into Servitor. But yeah,
I'm not Jess.
Yeah, I guess I'll do a Rite of Awe then. That seems like the most helpful thing I can do for myself right now.
Did you read the rules for it?
Yep.
Okay. And since you don't give a toss about what's actually proper within the Mechanicus, you aren't limited to the 2-minute rule.
Where's the 2-minute rule? I see.
It must function for 24 rounds continuously, and no other function is permitted, except that's ritual, not because of any actual physical limitation. So since you already disrespect the Omnissiah so much, it's just, one more nail in your coffin.
My coffin at this point is already fucking nailed.
Yep.
Putting another nail into it.
Now, you are affected by your own right of awe, though. So you will have to roll your willpower as well.
My willpower is quite nice.
Your rolls tonight, on the other hand...
You shut your mouth.
I will never.
Shall I do my roll?
Yes, please.
Hey.
Very nice. And, see, the combat servitor, I'm thinking... is there enough organicness left to the combat servitor? Oops, not one... The 11,000... God, I am not being able to type very well tonight. Hey! There we go.
That's nice to see.
All right. Well, both the Servitor and the Skitarii are now at -10, as long as your ability holds up, while the Solaris is not quite as harmed by it. And here comes the moment. So, not all of the horde is coming your way, just the majority of it. Some of them veered off in the other direction to chase after other potential targets. Actually, I'm going to have to reset the movement because I'm doing it wrong. There we go. Okay. So they're not quite on top of you just yet. They are visible, right? Yeah, okay. And they're not all male with facial hair, by the way. There are females with facial hair as well. But yes, they have pale white skin, fanged-like teeth, and a very squat face. And they're hooting and hollering as they're practically running on all fours, clambering over top of one another. And anytime they come across a servitor or a tech priest, 2 or 3 of them break off from the horde and maul the fuck out of whoever they manage to capture. So while the dreadful wail is going on...
That's affecting the horde too, right?
No. Well, you'd have to roll scrutiny to tell for sure, but I'm going to say, looking at them, they don't seem too affected. Skitarii's being...
This is one of those situations where I honestly don't know what you think I have no idea. What do you think I should be doing right now?
Well, at the moment, stuff's going to happen, so... Skitarii is stupid, however, and I'm afraid is going to attack you again. You are unable to dodge because you were being grappled, yada, yada, yada. For shame. For shame is Skitarii.
No more radio statements?
He doesn't have the radiation gun. The other guy did.
Oh.
I misspelled sword, but oh well.
Hard.
And that's 5. Krios, you're hurting down to 3 wounds of 16.
Glorious.
Glorious indeed. Well, let me put it this way. How many of the rest of you actually lost any wounds during your mini-missions, by the way?
Not me. Then again, I don't have had my mission yet.
Jess,
I
Joe?
did. I might have lost one.
can't
Bobob
remember.
didn't get hurt. Haley, what was Haley? Yeah, Haley didn't get hurt either. So there you go, Krios. This is why you get to be the Inquisitor if you survive. It's because you were the one that got right into the thick of things.
Seems like a pretty big if.
Ah.
I'm not just being defeatist. I honestly can't see what the fuck is going to happen right now.
Okay, his was not affected. So, fortunately, Solarius will detect new hostiles encroaching rapidly and immediately break the grapple. And that was his free action. He then turns to the mob of feral abhumans advancing rapidly, begins to retreat. Are you going to attack him as he retreats?
No.
Okay. And will fire his weapon into the mob. And basically irradiates the ceiling. If
They're how many times bigger than Krios and he missed?
basically, Krios, if you could see his face, you would see fear in his organic eyes. The problem is he no longer has organic eyes. He's not fearless.
This guy's shit.
Beep boop. Comments. Shit breaking. Brick shitting.
Oh, God. Well, he doesn't give sexy orders to the servitor. Regrettably, the servitor is still operating on the previous orders and attempts to put its mechanically meaty fists into Krios. Krios, you now are permitted to attempt to dodge. Or parry, actually. You know what? You have much better odds. Well, wait. Are you even trained in parry? I think you actually have exactly the same odds in both cases, don't you? Yes, you have exactly the same odds to parry as you do to dodge.
I'm going to parry then. Just swat his hand aside. Swat, whatever.
That was the roll you just made?
Yep.
Ouch.
It's not enough, is it?
No, 15 was your DC in both cases. To fate or not to fate?
Wonderful. What's the point of fating? I'll still need to roll stupidly low.
Yeah, 25 would then be the DC at that point. So, the mechanical fisting of Fisticular, he is with that and that bonus, so he gets to roll exactly that. And Fisticuffs.
Wow.
Delightfully fisty. And Krios, it is your sorry?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to use this to represent the location of Henry.
That's mighty handy. And, okay. Just one fat bullet. Alright, well, I'm going to try and break out of the grapple.
Dude, the grapple ended. Now you're just in melee with the combat servitor and the Scutari.
Can I try and disengage?
Absolutely. A safe disengage would allow you to move 2 meters without any roll, but it would be a full action. And the very next turn is the fair ward. The other option is to attempt to roll agility, which in your case is 29, to attempt to roll 2 meters as a half action or 4 meters as a full action.
Well, I've made crazier rolls before. Let's see if I can
Be aware
keep on
that
rolling shit. Eventually, I roll.
Be aware that if you are attempting to do a disengage action and you fail your roll, you do the move anyway and you take the hits.
Well,
You don't
Either
get
way,
to
I'm
roll,
taking
and then
hits.
okay.
Either I take hits where I am now, or I take hits 4 meters away. Am I missing something, or is this how it is? Because unless there's some funky going on where these things aren't going to attack me, they're just going to attack the rest of the guys. The only thing I can think of is they only attack tech priests. I'm a tech priest. They only attack people who were wearing red. I'm wearing red. They only attack people who have metal.
No, you're not
I have
wearing
metal
red
on me.
anymore. Remember?
They gave you the grey robes because you're not insincere anymore.
It's a good point, but I cannot make that leap of logic.
Yes. However, you do have these other guys next to you right now. Your mechadendrites are presently disabled. You might try to convince one of them to reactivate your mechadendrites, for what it's worth.
I'm never going to do that.
You might attempt to try and throw the Skitarii into the horde. You might attempt to rip the gun from the Skitarii's hands to use on the horde. You might attempt to grapple one of the two that you are in melee range with and use them as a human shield. Oh, human shield.
I guess I'll try and throw him into the horde then, distract them.
Okay, so to attempt to throw, you're going to need to make a opposed strength roll to see if you can actually lift this fucker. And then it would be a ballistics throw at -20 to hit the horde, but you'd still be at least throwing him in the direction of the horde even if you fail.
Well, let's see how that strength roll goes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, right, it's opposed, so he gets his opportunity here to...
It's
a lot lighter than you expected. In fact,
Did it make him out of fucking tungsten?
he activated his grav field or something. And it's like, whoop!
Yeah. Just take this one away from me. Sure, that's fine.
Your DC to throw him is 8. To accurately hit the mob is 18. That would cause damage to the mob. If you don't get 18, you're still throwing him in that general direction unless you critically fail. Brav fucking O. Okay.
I think that's my new motto.
To be Charles?
It's a song I heard once.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. Okay, so let's arrange send to back. There we go. So yeah, to determine the amount of damage a tech priest causes, I'm gonna say roll 1d10 plus. What's your strength? 4, and his weight is that. So, oh boy, oh dear, oh my. Plus 25. Oh,
sorry,
shit,
what?
This is a horde. Fuck. Okay. So, yeah, since this is a horde, it doesn't operate under the same damage rules. But you are throwing a whole fucking tech priest at them. So 1d5 plus 3. And while that sounds low, it's actually really powerful for a horde attack. Okay, so basically you crush a group at the front of the horde by throwing this guy into them. And most of the horde is going to focus on the guy that just got thrown to them.
Fuck yeah.
I said most. Whoops, not that small. There we go. However, there will be a little bit of branching. Well done on that, by the way.
It's a lucky roll.
But it came through at the right moment, didn't it?
Did indeed.
Okay, so basically you each get one that gets in your face.
Everybody gets one.
There we go. Solaris is being way too fucking lucky. You are entitled again to another dodge or parry. Once again, it's DC 15.
Nope.
Okay. Let me just confirm here with a charge. Oh yeah, he's getting hit no matter what. All right. Well, this is actually interesting that I failed to remember this. Okay, well, there is some good news. While their attack is tearing, the fact that it is unarmed means that with their current bonuses, so it's only one of these two that actually is going to hit you.
In primitive? Although no armor, right?
It is primitive, but no armor is correct. So yeah, basically this guy's clawing at your face, Kratos. You are now sitting at the uncomfortable 0 wounds.
Dark Heresy. Oh, sorry.
As for the combat servitor, bitch has got armor galore. Skitari is screeching for help in binary chatter, as well as verbalizing as the rest of the mob. Oh yeah, I forgot to roll for that, by the way. Wow, almost minimal damage. Jess is saying it looks like he's getting the most uncomfortable blowjob from a vacuum cleaner. But yes, unlike Magic the Gathering, 0 is still good in Dark Heresy.
Oh,
not great, but you know it's not game over. It's just every attack after this point inflicts critical damage.
well, at least they only ever count as being lightly wounded.
Yes, so you always get to heal your full healing potential. Okay, so tactical appraisal inquiry, I can't spell worth crap, is X engine seer Krios trustworthy in present hostile situation? Response intelligence roll 1d100. Well, the Solarius is probably going to end up getting executed for this himself, but while being attacked by the feral abhuman, he's going to reach over, pick up Henry, toss it to this combat servitor, instruct the combat servitor to immediately plug its power core into Henry and hand it to Krios.
Oh, things just got a lot more interesting.
Combat Servitor does as instructed. And Krios, you now have a Henry that is plugged into a Combat Servitor. However, you are still in melee with technically 2 feral abhumans.
Well, first thing I'm going to say, just going to get it out, to the Combat Servitor, hopefully, but also the Solarius. One second. Just re-engage my Mechadendrites. And am I capable of trying to make a point-blank shot? Or is that just not allowed because it's a big weapon?
Like I said, you're in melee, so you'd have to step out of melee to perform that attack. So that does mean taking attacks of opportunity against you. Again, these guys are unarmed, but they're also getting rather substantially high potential for damage.
Well, what does the group recommend? You have been very quiet.
And we've just been listening in.
Do it!
Yeah,
Do
so
it now!
what would you recommend? Oh, it is not helpful.
It.
Yeah, definitely do it.
Alright, fuck you all. I'm getting a new Inquisitorial retinue.
Kill them
Well,
all!
I'd
Like,
honestly
oh, shut
vote
up.
at this point, but we need
I
Henry.
retract my previous statement.
Hold on, Fungi. Joe, what do you add into this menagerie of death?
More things need to die.
I guess we're starting with Haley then. All right, Fungi, this is your show.
What?
Meanies.
My eye genuinely twitched.
Splitting the recording.
Okay, sorry, just a second. By the way, Fungi, how are you feeling? Does this feel suitably epic, even if it is, fighting against all odds?
I'm being beaten up in a corridor.
You threw a tech priest at a mob of, for lack of a better word, vampires.
I liked that, I'm not gonna lie.
Right, so everybody, I just want you all to have just a little break as I just talk to one of the players in private.